I'm gonna show you how to assemble Ikea EKET cabinet combination with the legs. And in this part 2, we're gonna have this open unit without the doors with 4 divided spaces. If you like to see how different unit is assembled, check part 1. This is the unit with the 2 doors and 1 shelf, link in the description. But for now, let's do the part 2 with this open unit with 4 divided spaces. And you're getting one box with this unit. Useful tools, bigger and smaller electric screwdriver with a hammer. I'm just gonna open everything up quickly. Manual instructions you're not gonna need if you're gonna follow this video here. All the panels, everything we have here, and you're getting one bag with the screws. There is one plastic bag inside with all the fittings. I like to organize them so I know better what I'm working with. Now regarding panels, position them exactly as I'm gonna do it here. So you have this panel here, and on the edge of the panel, mark 1. So this is gonna be only panel with the mark 1, line on the outer side and 3 holes on the top and the middle behind the line. Second panel, this is gonna be top or bottom panel. I have only 1 hole here on the sides, on each side, and 2 on the middle, and the line is on the outer side. This panel, it's gonna be second side panel, 3 holes on the top and the bottom, and line on the outer side. See, all the lines are on the outer side, so position them exactly the same. Bottom or top panel here, line on the outer side on all 4 of them. Now we're gonna use panel number 1, which is this one, and this panel. We're gonna join them together. On this panel, you have 3 holes, which have a bigger opening and smaller at the bottom. You're gonna come into the bigger opening in all 3 holes. So all 3 plugs coming into the bigger opening. Once you're in, and no gap here, you're in the right position, and now just push it down. And no gap here, line up nicely on the top. We're gonna do the dividing panel now, so those holes are further from each other, those holes are closer to each other. Now we're gonna have this dividing panel, those 2 plugs further from each other, those 2 closer to each other. And we're gonna go with those 2 plugs with further from each other, with the holes further from each other. Slide it in and push it down. On the other side, the holes are closer to each other than on the other side. So we're gonna go with the panel, not with this side. We're gonna go with this side because the plugs are closer to each other. Bigger opening on the holes, slide it in and push it down. And we have the divider ready. And now we're gonna connect it with the main frame. So we're gonna connect it at the same time in both in the panel 1 and in the top or bottom panel on the other side. Panel number 1 here. And we're gonna slide it in first to the other panel and then into the panel number 1. Again into the bigger openings on the all 4 holes at the same time. Once you don't have gap here and no gap here, you're in the right position, and now just push it down. So we lock the panel in place. Panel number 1 here. Now we're gonna have this panel. There's only 1 hole on the left and right and 2 holes on the middle, and exactly the same on the opposite side. There's only 1 hole on the left and right and 2 holes on the middle. This panel has 3 holes here on the side, and on the other side gonna be exactly the same. So same panels against each other. So those panels with 3 holes is the side panels, and the panel with the 1 hole on each side is top and bottom panel. Close the connection here and here on the middle at the same time. Once you're in a good position, no gaps here or on the inner side, we can push it down now and lock the connection. Nicely lining up, no gap here at all. That's how we like it. Exactly the same here. That's how deep we're gonna go. And same on the other side. Back panel, gonna have stickers on one side and plain on the other side. So the stickers on the outer side, and we're gonna go between those 2 panels and slide it in towards the panel number 1. We're gonna slide this back panel all the way in. It must come all the way in. And on the other side, that's how far it's gonna come. So it's not sticking out at all. It's all the way in here. So we can comfortably slide in this panel and lock all 3 sides. Find all holes on the sides and on the middle. Once you're in a good position, push it down and lock the connection. Nicely lining up here. Here is panel number 1. It's going to be on the top. So as we lift it up, we're going to push the back panel completely in and down. So it must slide into the gap at the bottom, opposite panel 1. We're going to have those plastics. This is a thicker part of the plastic. It's coming in first. And this plastic going to secure the back panel with the main frame all around. So it's going to be 3 of them on each panel. This plastic going to have a second part, which is slightly slimmer. We're going to secure this one in the moment with it. That's the panel number 1. It need to be on the top at this point, so the back panel gonna slide in completely in the opposite panel. Still keep it the panel number 1 on the top. Second part of the plastic coming in, and we're gonna slide it in to the first thicker part of the plastic. As you push that in, it's gonna extend the thicker plastic and it's gonna nicely secure the back panel with the main frame. It's going to be 3 of them on each side. They come in easy for some, but not so easy for others. So just finish it with a hammer. Just go gently, not too crazy on them. It's just the plastics. Once you finish the back panel with all the plastics, you're going to have the unit here. Position it exactly the same. Panel number 1 here on the side. 3 holes here and 3 holes here. You're going to have those 2 plastics. That's in case if you want to attach the unit to the wall. But I'm doing it anyway, even we're not attaching this unit to the wall, so you're gonna have them ready if you wanna do it in the future. Second part of the plastic is the spacer. If you have a skirting board, you can nicely space out the space between the wall and the unit. These 2 washers and those 2 plastics, that's in case you attaching this unit to the wall. That's gonna go with the screws and you cover with those shiny plastic the washer on the inner side. But we're not gonna do that in this case, as we're not attaching this unit to the wall. So now this is the top. Where is the plastics? Turn it upside down so the plastics are at the bottom. So that's going to be the bottom side of the unit here. We're going to have 1 bag with the legs. There's 4 legs, 4 screws, more small screws, and this template here. Second part of the leg is the adjustable part. So that's kind of screw with a plastic head. Secure them in. You see I leave 1-2 millimeter out, and I'm gonna do exactly the same for all 4 legs. So once you put the unit up on the legs, gonna be in the same height, and then you can adjust this adjustable part depend on how your floor is. You can adjust one or the other leg, or you just can keep them the same if your floor is nice and straight. Template here. One side is closed, another side is open. The closed side is coming always to the corner. We're gonna use those 2 outer holes, not the inner hole, which is this one. I'm gonna explain in a moment why. I did some mistake here. I'm gonna go with it, so you're not gonna need to do the mistake yourself. I did it in part 1 as well, and I didn't learn from my mistakes. I'm gonna show you again here how this happened. So here it's nicely drilled, so you have all 3 holes and lining up nicely with that bracket, which the leg is attached to. See, all 3 holes nicely lined up. So this is outer holes in a template. Let's see, is it this one? No, this one is still good. We do the outer holes here and outer holes on the other side, exactly the same. So this is good as well. I think it's this one. Let's have a look. First hole, outer hole, second hole, inner hole. So this is the mistake here. I didn't realize it as I'm just going and drilling. I'm gonna realize the mistake in the moment, and I'm gonna explain what you can do with it. Basically nothing. It's just small hole. It's on under the unit, so you're not gonna see it, but you don't need to do it if I did it here for you already. Now I figure out, okay, that was the problem. You see the hole is drilled on the inner side, so when I slide it in here, the bracket not gonna match there, so you're gonna have 1 hole extra and it's slightly out of the bracket, but no problem. Just take the template, drill the correct hole, and you can secure the leg. This is gonna be at the bottom of the unit, so it's not gonna be visible at all, so you're gonna be fine even if you do this small mistake, but you can avoid it. I did it for you here, so you can avoid it. You're gonna find those small screws with the round head in a box with the legs. So we're gonna secure each legs with the 3 of these screws. Once you're done with the screws for all 4 legs, Tighten the legs. Sometimes they get kind of loose, so just tighten them up completely. And once you're done, this unit is done, and that's how we assemble IKEA EKET unit without the doors with the 4 spaces inside. If you like to see how the other unit is done, the one with the doors and one shelf, check part 1, link in the description. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a fantastic day and see you in my next one very, very soon.